Hello, I'm Sam McAlpin. I'm here today with Amanda Phillips. How are you, Amanda?
I guess how you would expect, it's something you never expect to have to deal with. So you just learn how to grieve, learn how to process it. Still so many questions that I have.
It's always hard to lose a loved one for sure. How were you related to David Elkins?
He likes to go by Alex. That's all I've ever known him by, really. So Alex was my nephew.
Okay, okay. So you'd known him all his life.
Oh yeah, all his life.
All right, sweet. Now I noticed that he was very young. So how old was Alex?
He was 19.
That's very young and a horrible thing to hear that it happened. I do think we have to say what he did was very brave, and we're gonna get into that a little bit. What was Alex like growing up?
Oh, it was so funny because I was thinking about how shy and how like nervous he would get of new things, and then how brave he became as he was growing up. I mean, I heard people talk about how he would stand up for them when they were getting bullied and things like that. And he was always standing up for his little brother, too. I mean, you did not pick on his little brother.
How old's his little brother?
18.
Eight.
They
Oh,
were
so they were
just a
close.
year apart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they're both born in end of July. So
Okay.
very close.
What day in July?
I think like the 22nd and the 25th.
Tell him
So they
I'm
were
right there with
really
him.
close.
Mine's the 13th. That's a good little month, man. We probably would have been best buddies, I bet, if we'd have met. Now I noticed he was working at Polymer and Henniger, right?
Yes.
When did he start working there?
He hadn't been working there long, just a few months.
And he has a wife and a child, right?
A girlfriend, yes. And the child was not his, it
Okay.
was hers from a previous
Okay.
relationship. But he, took to them both. I mean, they were preparing to,
Make make a
really
run
be
at
a
it.
family and, start their life together.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that at all. So, just it's hard to get into. How did Alex end up passing?
Alex and Bree and the baby just wanted to go out, take a walk. They knew the weather was going to start getting bad the next few days. So they wanted to enjoy, the last day pretty much of being able to get out and get outside. Um, and so they was like, oh, we'll walk to the store. And then his dad and his girlfriend said, we can drive you if you want to drive, ride. And he said, nah, we just need to get outside today, go for a walk, get some fresh air. And so they were going to walk down from the apartments. I don't know if it was Deerfield or one beside Deerfield, but right in that area and go down to the Mapco and, you know,
Give
get
him a
something from the
Coke and some
store
chips.
and yeah, and then head back. Just, just what seemed to be like a normal day.
So now, from what I've heard, and I don't know, I've just seen little bit in passing. He essentially shoved them out of the way of an oncoming vehicle.
Yeah,
Correct.
yes.
And we was talking about it earlier at church, and people can say whatever they want. People say what they'll do in a situation like that. But you said yourself that you were thinking like, would everybody really do that?
Yeah, even like would I do that? Like it really makes you think how much are you willing to give up for the people that you love?
And he did it. He did that. I, I wouldn't assume he even had a chance to think about it. It was just that knee jerk reaction. He got that done. And we have to say for sure that was a very brave thing to do. That was a amazing thing to do. And with you saying that was not his biological child, right?
Right.
That wasn't a thought in his head. He was
No.
like, "No way, man! Ain't
No,
no
I
way
mean,
that's
his
happening."
plan was, and he had already, felt like he was family anyways, He wasn't going to treat him
Any
any
different?
different than he would his own blood.
That's beautiful. I think that's an awesome thing that he did. Now he's not here, and that's terrible. But what he did, the way he left, I think was a very, very beautiful thing that he done. Did he go to church? He knew Jesus and God and everything.
He didn't really go to church. Everybody said, he talked about God and how he loved God and his relationship with God. He went to church when he was younger and um, he kind of, got busy in life and worked on the weekend sometimes, and he was working like a third shift
Oh
type
yeah,
deal.
Polymers that
So,
shift.
yeah, he wasn't going to church the last little bit that I know of, but he did come. He came to church with us one Easter. I mean, the whole family was there, and it was wonderful having everybody together at church.
Well, I'll tell you what God knows for sure is he made a sacrifice for a child and another human being, right? Two at the same time, and it wasn't a thought. God knows that. God knows the kind of person he was, and I wish I would have gotten to meet him just hearing that. That's because again, everyone's not going to jump in front of a car and move someone out of the way. Everyone's not doing that, and I think that's really really truly amazing what he did. What are they saying? How did the person that did it that had the accident? What are they saying caused that?
I'm not really sure. Bree, from what I understand, seemed to think she was somehow distracted. She said she had maybe two kids in the car or something. Might have been looking on her phone or might have been looking back at the kids, but you know, it seemed that she was somehow distracted.
Yeah, we I'm one of the world's worst about being a distracted driver, and we're gonna do a lot better moving forward. Everyone should. Uh, it's awful, that it happened. You're a sweet lady. I assume most of your family is like you, and I know y'all are gonna. There's got to be a tiny bit of anger. No, or y'all just how are y'all?
No, I
No,
mean, I think I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I think everybody, we wonder how she is too.
amen. I
How
figured that's how
how
you
would
would be.
you feel knowing that you caused somebody's life to end? How are your kids handling it? What did they see? What did they go through? We wonder and care about her and her heart, but at the same time, if there was something that could have been done to prevent it, we'd like to know that she's seriously gonna reconsider, her driving habits if she was distracted.
It's about how I figured you would answer. You're a very very nice lady. Um, you'd mentioned it earlier. How did the funeral go? How was that?
The funeral, it helped really bring some closure to me. It helped to see what a difference Alex made in people's lives. He moved to Nashville in his early teenage years. Him and my sister and her other son Caleb, they had moved for a few years to Nashville and came back and had been here for a few years before he passed. So I missed a little bit of his life. We'd go visit, but it's not the same as being there all the time. So, what was your question?
Where was we at? Uh, how did the funeral go? How was it?
Oh yeah,
You had mentioned a
so
song that was played,
yeah,
and
yeah. I was telling him my sister chose to play "Wayward Son"
yeah,
among some other songs. So yeah, it was a celebration of his life. I got to hear stories of what Alex meant to people, about how he had kept people from being bullied. He had friends. He liked to play games.
yeah.
I think it was like Call of Duty or something. And so he had friends all over, like even in different continents that,
Thought he was good people.
yeah, enjoyed playing with him, enjoyed talking to him. And pretty much the whole thing was, Alex was a friend to people, and he was always standing up for people if he felt like they were being bullied.
Amen. I think for me, I look at everything, and it's going to sound crazy. I look at everything in the sense of a show, and I don't mean that in any way disrespectful. If it comes off that way, I think if you hear to the end of the statement, you're going to be like, okay. To me, I look at everything in the sense of a show, just because of how I am as a person. And I've told my wife multiple times if I was to pass away early, I don't want my dad or my grandmother to do it. I want her to do it because I know that she would put. I want it to be. It's your last show, right? Is your funeral is the very last show that you get, and the fact that you're saying it was as nice as it was, everyone got to there was a few songs that he liked that got played. It sounds like he had a wonderful last show. When he exited stage right, he exited the best way anyone could hope to exit. Everyone wants to pass in their sleep, right? There is zero. eh, I don't want to say that almost nothing happens. You don't. There's no real big contribution, and when people pass away, it's awful and terrible. If you pass in your sleep, you didn't really get a chance to help nobody in that moment. His passing into the next life was helping a person, was helping two people continue to live their life. That's beautiful. The fact that his funeral was like it was is awesome and amazing, and I think it's awesome. You've got a lot of people on here telling you they love you, telling you the family they
Oh,
love them.
thank you.
Whole lot of people bragging on him. Bonnie knew him, said he was a kind, respectful young man. Uh, Praying for you all, Amanda. Rachel Kyle said she's sending love. Tanya Bracewell said he was young. Vonji Hamilton sent prayers. Jacob Hawkins said I went to school with him. Thoughts and prayers are with the family at this time. So there's a lot of people watching, hearing the story, and leaving comments and love for you and your family, which I think is awesome. How is his mom doing? How is she?
She's struggling. I'll just be totally honest with y'all. I can't imagine what she's going through. She actually asked me to be here because she's just having a hard time even talking about it. I asked Brie if she wanted to be here as well, and they're just not ready.
Now Bree is the
Girlfriend,
and I can't imagine what they're going through. And I, like I told you before you came, we're not going to keep you all day. We just wanted to talk a little bit and tell everybody what's going on. There's no pressure at all for anyone. We just want to help and do what we can. And I do think telling stories is an important thing, and I think I think it's important what we're doing. And I do appreciate you coming. I really do. What That's my baby. What are we what are we hoping is kind of sorry. Hey, Mom, take the baby back there, please. What are we hoping is the end game? What are we hoping is the outcome? What are we hoping good comes from all of this?
Well, Missy wanted to nominate him as Person of the Year, I think it was, for DeKalb County. So she thought this would be a great way to honor him. She, his other aunt Amy had also asked to see if my husband could do anything, and so the sheriff's department made him an honorary sheriff's deputy. Alex grew up, he dressed up in a police costume for Halloween and just for fun. So, I mean, he was always wanting to help people. That was his dreams and goals in life, to be a police officer or a soldier, And I guess in his mind, he had always thought if it came down to it, he could lay down his life for somebody because that was always what he had thought about doing. And everybody was talking about how he used to put handcuffs on them and arrest them. So, I mean, yeah. So it was funny. It was funny hearing the stories about Alex's trying out the police officer stuff.
He had always wanted to be a cop, and that's awesome that the sheriff's office did that. What did it mean to the family and everyone to get that to happen?
We are just so appreciative of the sheriff's department for doing that. I mean, it was a great tribute to Alex, and I mean, he didn't get the chance while he was here to make those dreams come true. So we're glad that they gave him the chance
to do that. I think it's a beautiful thing that they did. What is there any way we can help the family at this time? I think there is a like a fundraiser going on. What can we do to help raise money? What can people in the area do to help raise money and help the family in any way, not just money? What can people do to help?
Yeah, there's a GoFundMe. This is something that we weren't prepared for. And Missy pretty much was raising him as a single mother. He was living with his dad at the time, though. So, anything to go towards the funeral. I know, don't know where we're at with the headstone. Didn't really want to bring that up with my sister right now.
We got to get him a headstone. We got to get him one.
I know she'd like to put a marker up at the accident site. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know how the city will feel about that. I think it might be on some city or school property. So that's something that is important to me, see, to let people know,
What he did.
yeah, what he did, and just to be careful. I think when you see those things, somebody lost their life, and it maybe make you think, I need to be careful and think when I'm out driving, and just to remember him. Yeah, to say, we know you're still, we know what you did, and we still care, and we still love you.
Amen. I think it's a beautiful thing what he did. And once we do enter this stage, not everyone gets to leave the same way he left. I think he did an amazing thing with what he did. And as we've discussed a few times, it was not even a thought. We know he was a great person. We know he's in a better he's in a better place now, and that everybody says that. That's always how it is. But anything we can do at all to help, we're going to do that. We'll share the GoFundMe around. We'll share any kind of fundraisers around. Anything we can do, just let us know. Especially with him being so young, the wife being so young, the baby being a baby, we want to help all we can. Is there anything at all you'd like to say before we get off here? I don't want to keep y'all day, or anything you think I missed. Anything you want to do at all? You got the mic. You do your thing, boss lady.
I don't really know. I mean, I've never done this.
Yeah.
Like I said,
You did great.
Coming to do this to support my sister. It was important to her. Also keep Caleb, his brother, in your prayers, because him and Alex, everybody always thought they were twins. They were pretty much inseparable. They'd been together their whole life, and it's hard. It's not just like losing your brother; it's like losing your best friend too.
Amen. Jacob Hawkins said, I remember when he gave a kid his lunch in the 4th grade, so he didn't have to go without. He will be missed tremendously. We'd love to talk to y'all anytime. You're always welcome here. You have our phone number. We're going to help and share anything we can. Melinda Greason said, Amanda, I'm so sorry, praying for you and your family. It sounds like he was an amazing young man. It took a lot of strength, and it's your first time ever being on a podcast. It took a whole lot of nerve to do what you've done today, and we really do appreciate you coming here and letting us help tell the story a little bit. We're going to try to keep helping moving forward. Anything we can do to help, we'd love to, and then you tell us if we miss something. But I appreciate your time. I really do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank everybody for watching and all your prayers and your comments. And if I don't know if it's still up on the obituary, but there's a place to leave comments there as well, and I'm sure my sister would love to hear what y'all have to say about Alex, and because that really helped. That really helped us, see what kind of impact that he made on people's lives. Because, it was just seemed too short.
Amen. We'll share that around too for y'all to get a hold of that. Y'all share it around. Send them some love. If you see them out in public, go give them a hug. I know they'll appreciate it, and just tell them you appreciate what was done. And we love y'all. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for the time. I love you, buddy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.